Thank you for visiting Oak Harbor Public Schools Google Classroom tutorial. Today, we are going to be showing families of Oak Harbor how to use Google Classroom as we transition to the distance learning classrooms. A couple things of note before we get started is to think of Google Classroom as your child's digital link to learning. Teachers use Google Classroom to share assignments, homework, information, and much more with students. Let's get started. Every student in Oak Harbor Public Schools has a Google account. All you need to do is open up a new browser and go to google.com. There you want to log in using your child's information. Each student has a login that is the student graduation year, the first initial, and their last name at students.ohsd.net. So for this example, what we will use is 31A student at students.ohsd.net. From here, we'll click on next. The password will be the word OAK, O-A-K, followed by your student's lunch number. You have now successfully logged in to Google. Students will refer to this next step called their waffle, which is located in the upper right-hand corner of the browser. Once you click on the waffle, you will look for Google Classroom. Sometimes you'll have to scroll a little bit depending on where the icon is located. The more often you use the icon, likely to appear above. So for now, we'll click on the Google Classroom. But here we have a model classroom set up by Nicole Bouvion. So Nicole Bouvion is acting as a teacher, and I am the student. So what I will do is log into her classroom. Now, many students will either receive notifications from their teacher, and it'll say a big blue button right here, where it'll say join, or they will send you an access code. And if you receive an access code, what you'll need to do is click on this plus button. You'll get the class code, you'll enter it there, and you click on join. After you do that, what you'll see here is the new teacher classroom. So what you'll do is you'll just click in there, and that will bring up the classroom. So this is the model classroom that we're using, first grade. So the first thing you'll see here is a stream. So this is very similar just to like any sort of social media stream. It's a running dialogue of kind of information where people can pop in notes. In the middle of the page at the very top is classwork. This is where you'll want to find out the assignments that you have, the tasks that have been assigned by the teacher, and all of that kind of important information. The first time you log in, you'll see a bunch of tutorials. So you can just either press got it or you can close out with the X. And from here, you will see a variety of categories. So the first thing we see here is important information with a hazard mark. So what that means, if you click it, the teacher has posted new material for Google Classroom cheat sheet for students. So everything is pretty much clickable, and so this is information that Ms. Bouvion has set up for us. You can always click back, so you can click the drop down, or you can actually click the important information, so both items are links. She now has provided a question of the week, so there's no due date here. You can see that a question that we need to answer at some point because she has assigned it to us. And then she just asked the very simple question, what is your favorite thing to do outside? And we will quickly answer that. We will say we wanted to go for a walk. We will turn it in. It's going to prompt us to submit an answer. We will. As you can see here, there's been several people that have gone in and answered the question. So these would be answered by the other students in the class. Next, we have samples. So these are other assignments that have been assigned by Ms. Bouvion. The sight word spelling practice, this is due April 17th. So we will click on that. We can see here that click the text in the box next to each word and type your sight words. So we'll click on the assignment. And as you can see, a Google document has popped up. And we have the turn it in button in the upper right-hand corner. So we can turn it in at any moment. So first what we'll see here is erase every M, and we're going to use the backspace. So we will go through the assignment, follow the prompts, delete all the M's. Almost forgot one. And now we'll double check our work. And now I will press turn in. And more tutorials, and we'll see here, turn in your work. One attachment will be submitted for the sight word spelling practice. We will confirm that we want to turn it in. We will wait as it loads. And now by this previously saying turn in, now saying unsubmit, we now know that this assignment has been completed. Over the upper left-hand corner is 3 vertical lines. This is your menu bar, and so we can go right back to the classroom and go back to classwork. We now know that these items have been done. So anything in blue we still need to do. Anything in gray we no longer need to do. The different icons have different meanings. So the bookmark icon, that's just telling us that's a reference. The next one is a question. So that's just an actual question that's been assigned by the teacher. And then these clipboards are the actual assignments. So we have another one here called keyboard practice. So we'll click on that. Another page pops up. We erase every M. And as you can see, we would do the same thing over again. You can always close out midway through. You don't get through the assignment. And you can just close out on that assignment and go back. And as you can see, if you call that open again, it has automatically saved your work. So this is one of the reasons why Google is so great, because you never need to save anything. Everything auto saves. So as long as you're connected to the internet, it's always going to save for you. We can show you again. We're going to delete these 2 M's in the middle row. We're going to close out, go back to our assignments, click around, come back to the keyboard practice, click on our assignment, and just like that, where these 2 M's were now gone. And if we wanted to turn it in, we could. However, we do see that we have a couple more M's to erase, but you get the idea. So we will close out. We won't turn this assignment in. So it's still going to stay assigned. It's still going to stay blue because we haven't turned it in yet. All of these items here can also be found here. So if this does get long, it does make it easy to navigate through this section here. And again, you do have your menu bar, so you can see, you can go right to your to-do, so you can find out what items you have to do still, what items you've already done. Keeps things really well organized for you. The last thing we'll want to show you is the calendar. So the teacher may go ahead and utilize this as well. So this will also help you to know when items are due, what's coming. We'll go back to our classes. A couple things to note. One, this can be used on any sort of Android, iPhone, tablet, desktop. It does not need to be a Chromebook. One of the great resources we have available. So if you need a Chromebook, please let us know, and we will make sure we get you one. It is best practice to use Google Chrome when using Google Classroom. It's not required, just best practice. And then for some students, they may have additional teachers here or different classes, and that's always a possibility. And so you could just go into each one and come back to your menu bar, and you can find all of the other classes you have here. If you do have access to limited internet, you can work on these on the go. So if you are going to be away from internet for a while, however, if you do that, you will need to save the documents and then upload them later as you receive internet connectivity again. So we do have more information available on that specific resource on our website. Please go ahead and look at that. We'll provide a link as well. But again, that allows you to still use Google Classroom if you don't have internet or reliable internet for the entire time. That's Google Classroom. We'll have more tutorials needed for distance learning classrooms, but thank you for watching this tutorial. Please let us know if you have any other questions. Thank you.